The following was recorded on July 14th, 2025. Please keep in mind laws, guidelines, and processes may change over time. Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer presented by Italiancitizenshipassistance.com as well as ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. Of course, we're back at it again with Italian attorney Marco Permunian, and I am Rafael Di Furia. And in this episode, I wanted to ask Marco, what is a circolare in Italy?
In the recent months, we have heard the term circolare many times because the government has released many circolari to specifically clarify what was written in the Tajani decree. And of course, a lot of people have been wondering what it is actually a circolare and why is it used by the government. Now, a circolare is an internal document which could be compared to a memo or a directive, which generally speaking comes from the minister's office and which has the purpose of instructing other public administrations that depend from the minister's office on how to interpret the law. So the law is a piece of legislation that comes from normally the parliament or in some specific circumstances from the government, like it happened in the case of the Tajani decree, when the government released a piece of legislation that needed to be confirmed by the parliament in order to be confirmed. And that is what happened. But a circolare operates on a different level, and it's something separate from the law that has the exclusive purpose of clarifying the laws and not to the general population, but rather only to the public administration. So the ministry basically instructs other public administrations like consulates or municipalities on what the law should mean to them. And of course, with regard to consulates and municipalities or other public administrations, the instructions received by the ministry are legally binding, but such instructions are not binding for instance, judges or the general population. Now, more precisely, regarding the Tajani emergency decree and the law that converted the decree into a law, the ministry's office felt the need to issue two memos or circolari with which they basically told consulates and municipalities how to operate, or rather how to interpret the law and how to operate based on such interpretation of the law, which was given by the ministry itself, in which the consulates and municipalities had no choice but to follow. Of course, like I mentioned a moment ago, circolari are not binding for judges, which means the judges, as part of a legal proceeding, could not apply what's written in a circolare and just apply their own interpretation to the case.
Well, Marco, thank you so much for taking the time to educate us on what a circolare is in Italy and how it functions. And of course, for more information like this about Italian citizenship, about Italian laws, and even living in Italy, make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel as well as the audio-only podcast. But of course, if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, that means you're not only subscribed to Ask the Italian Lawyer, but also episodes of the Italian Citizenship podcast as well as the Italian Real Estate podcast. But of course, again, we have been here with Italian attorney Marco Permunian for this episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer. I am Rafael Di Furia. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we will see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.